Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I am going to be working my way through the SSS trials, the first 5 of them, and probably the first 4 SSSS trials as well. So let's begin. SSS Trial 1. When the battle takes place in woods or mountains or ramparts, defense is increased by 30%. I don't think this map has that many tiles of woods or mountains or ramparts that you would actually step on. So it is what it is. A lot of infantry enemies. Interesting. Actually, they're all melee enemies except for one assassin. So why don't I literally just run Ledin and have him bring mass maids or zealots? And that should be fine. I think zealots might be the better option here. And then Tiaris for healing between combat, right? I guess I'll bring Luna because she can faction buff up Tiaris. And then after that, it's just, I guess, Ledin? Or I'll bring Leon simply because Leon can probably take out the assassin general, and that's pretty much all I feel I need. Maybe Sophia, I suppose, because Sophia can regenerate. I don't know. Whatever. Not sure it's even necessary, but yeah. Let's just get started. Turn on danger zone. Turn on faction buff. Send Leon up. Send Tiaris up. I'm just gonna end turn there. I'm not going to even regenerate at this time, it's just not even worth it. And I guess I will just faction buff. Literally, the only target I have to kill is the assassin. Once that's done, they're all dead. No. Whatever. Maybe I'll just win God round here. And strike. Really don't think it matters. And now I'm just gonna have Ledin bring the assassin to me and kill it, in fact. Okay, and then Leon can just run forth and assault the Cyclops. I was going to Chivalry, but I didn't even need to. That's the thing. And at this point, I'm just going to Miracle up my Ledin and regenerate them, and all these remaining enemies should kill themselves into my Ledin, just like that. One. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And the swordsman would be number 5. And the regenerate was actually overkill, because I was already healing to full just from healing light, so I didn't need Sophia. Alright, SSS Trial 2. After taking action, enemy units within 2 blocks will be subjected to 1 random debuff. Okay, it's this map. So if I have Leon Chivalry and attack and then retreat, I can act against him to kill off the second enemy. Right? So I can wipe out both enemies on that side, for example. And then there's actually there is a few more ranged enemies, but you can still use Ledin if you wish. Ledin or Landius doesn't particularly matter. I'll just keep Ledin, but I will change him back to the phallic soldiers here. And Luna will be part of this party for sure. Probably want a heal rather than the summon. Or, yeah. Here we go. So I'm just going to start with Leon. Chivalry and Assault. Down goes one. Back off. 5 tiles for the second attack. I'm going to have Act Again get used. And the second attack, with a 5 tile charge, will wipe out that archer very smoothly. So then Luna can just win God Realm, I guess. Place herself here to allow everyone through, and Fashion Buff. Right. So that way Ledin can just reach his duel, the archer, to him. And it's going to be luck based on whether I can actually apply Sage's Hand onto Ledin here. And I did. So I got lucky. Could have been, these 3 could have definitely been better placed. But if I didn't get lucky, all that really means is this Bone Dino would, I think, single target strike. Yeah, it would single target strike my Tiaris. But since Tiaris has Bolt Rangers, she shouldn't die to the Bone Dino. So it would have been fine. So now I'm just going to have Liana Gospel my Leon so that he has attack increase, and that actually allows him to charge to attack the Dark Elf General because Luna's placed here. Then Luna can actually finish said Dark Elf. Ledin can just move forward, I guess. Faction buff. And then Tiaris can range attack this Skeleton Master, which is going to die anyways to my Ledin. Works for me. Pretty easy clear overall. Alright, next. SSS Trial 3. Physical attack damage reduced by 50%. Okay, so if possible, I'd actually rather have Ledin be my tank. But there's so many ranged enemies in the south. 1, 2, 3. That you almost want Landius. Almost, but not quite. So I'm going to actually bring Shafiniel as my Holy Mage to crush them, right? And I think that's pretty much it. There are a whole bunch of melee enemies, and these Leviathans have high physical defense, but low magic defense. So, you know, if I bring Lana with a few single target strikes, she will be great here. Maybe Elemental Destruction and, I don't know, Lightning Strike. She'll keep Heaven Sanction just in case I need it. And this should be more than enough to clear this battle. So, here we go. So what I'm going to do is Regis duel someone to me. And I'm thinking, let's see. You know what? Maybe I'll just wait on that. So rather than Regis duel, I'm just gonna move back initially. And I'll have everyone else just surround Ledin for now. It's safer this way. I'm not even going to gospel. And deflection buff. In the first place, they all kind of need to gather for me to actually be able to do something about them. So, why not wait a turn? Basically. Perfect. So now I can actually do something about them. So let's get started. Or once this guy attacks. Okay, so let's start by using Regis duel on this Leviathan, because I know the Leviathans will be one of the more difficult targets for me to kill, so let's Regis duel him. And then if I have Shafenio, Heaven Sanction here, she'll hit everything but the other Leviathan. And since she's Holy Class, she wiped out those two, whatever the heck they're called. Jeez, I somehow can't remember the name of them. Hellfire Archers. There we go. Alright. And then might as well Gospel Ledin now. And Miracle up everyone. And at this point, I think Ledin will wipe out everything, but that other Leviathan, this one here, which I'm going to kill with Liana, with her 3C next turn. So Leviathan kill. I'm pretty certain these Vampire Bats will die. That's number 1. This is number 2. The Leviathan, I'm going to attack at 3 range with the 3C, which allows the sorceresses to participate and wipe it out. So there we go. Now why? I'm just taking a quick peek. I thought Liana had higher int than this. I was kind of surprised. 547 plus 408. Is it the enchants? No, she actually has pretty high enchants. Interesting. Well, regardless. Okay, not a big deal. Let's just continue with the Timeless Trials. So, Trial 4. When hit point value is above 50%, the physical damage taken is reduced by half. When below 50%, magic damage taken is reduced by half. So you either kill them with magic attacks or have... Yeah. So I'm going to use Landius here because... Or maybe not. There's 3 ranged enemies. Awkward. 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. If I bring Luna and have her faction buff up, I can probably have 2 Heaven Ascensions get tossed out. And then Landius might be able to finish off all those remaining targets. So we'll just run this and see. So I'm going to have Landius. Just like his faction buff here. On the spot that he's standing on. Okay. And then I'm going to have Luna, Wind God Realm to start. Shift into the Sky Tile here and faction buff. And then we start launching Heaven Sanctions. So here's one from Shafaniel. And I might as well have one from Liana. Hitting everything, but just a few targets. And I'm going to Miracle here. I think this should pretty much end the fight. Oh, this guy attacks at 3 range though, so not quite ending the fight. This other catapult though lost all its troops, so Landius easily kills him off. Landius gets hit by the Assassin General, killing it off. On this side, I think there's 2 flyers that are below half health from the 2 AoEs, so they both get wiped out by Landius. And then that just leaves a catapult and a Lancer. Pretty easy. So why don't I have 3 range Liana Elemental Destruction kill on the Lancer General. Shafaniel can just toss out Demolish to make sure it's below half health. And then either Luna or Landius can kill it off and end the fight. There we go. Nice and efficient. So that's 4 battles. SSS Final Trial. Enemy is immune to all debuffs. That sucks. I hate these kind of trials because I usually rely on debuffs to crush them. It's okay though. If I can't debuff them, I'll just crush them with single target strikes, I guess. Or something like that. Maybe not. You know what? Let's stick with the AoE strategy anyways and see how it works out. So I usually run Langrisser and Tiaris. I usually just go debuff crazy with Bozo, Liana, and Listel, right? To silence these enemies and so on. But I won't actually silence them here. So it's a little bit awkward. What if I just do Ledin with Righteous Duel, just like I did before? Right. Egbert is gonna hurt, but if I Righteous Duel him to me, it should simplify things a bit. As long as I can avoid Egbert. I can move 3, then hit AoE at 3 tiles. So if Ledin stays back here, he's fine. Okay, so then it has to be it can't be Righteous Duel, it has to be Divine Guard. In other words. So Divine Guard is set. I guess I'm going to have Liana, Gospel. And as long as I assassinate this Egbert, I'm fine. I think like that's literally what this battle comes down to. If I can kill Egbert, I'm good. So I'm going to bring Zerida or Omega to do that. Right? And then Ledin should be able to crush Leon and maybe Vargas. Then there's just Bernhard and Imelda. So I'm going to bring my own Leon, I guess. In this case, Tiaris and maybe Liana to round out the party. I am lacking Luna though, this way. So maybe I'll bring Luna instead of Leon, and then Liana. So I do want that faction buff, and if I can find my Liana, where on earth is she? Here. Okay, this looks good. So let's begin. They're in the danger zone as well. Oops, this is a bloodthirster. Okay, that's fine. I was expecting to have Meteor. Well, if it's Bloodthirster, it's okay. She can go, right? She can move in and assassinate Egbert right away, even. And then move back 1, 2, 3 to here. So yeah. You know what? I think it works. Sort of. Go figure. Alright. So why don't I Wind God Realm to buff up Zerida with King's Crown, then faction buff. And then I'm going to act again to Zerida. And just in case, why don't I even Miracle up everywhere to make sure Ledin doesn't die. Right. And then Zerida launches out her killing blow on Egbert, taking him out very easily, and just moves back. Blizzard, but as long as I don't get mobility down, Ledin won't have any issue. Oh, Liana actually survived that. Huh. Guess due to the damage I took from Imelda. So be it. So I'm gonna move back 3 tiles and reactivate Bloodthirster. Let's have Ledin Gospel up, or sorry, Ledin faction buff up. I'm going to Gospel up Ledin here, and have Tiaris with the Goddess left hand reduce Vargas's mobility. Oh wait, I can't reduce his mobility. Dang it! So yeah, because the enemies are all immune to all debuffs. So, yeah, whatever. That's fine. As long as Ledin doesn't die to Imelda, which he doesn't, I'm okay. So, Leon does kill himself into my Ledin. And then actually, Bernhardt gets to attack me and kill himself. Wonderful. And then Vargas joins in to attack. They are removing my Ledin's buffs. That's the annoying part of this. So there is a bit of a luck element because I'm losing buffs on Ledin 1 by 1. So right now I still have Divine Guard. Both of them. Although I lost a bunch of other buffs. But it's gonna wear off this turn. So why don't I have Zerida here? Now Killing Blow Imelda. And retreat. Yeah. If you need to, you can always attack Blessing her. I just was confident she would live. And you know, if I just, let's say, attack Blessing Luna, I think that's seriously overkill, but if I do that, she can probably attack and take out Vargas. Ending the battle. This was definitely a much more annoying time lot than usual. Nonetheless, done. So let's move on to SSSS Trial 1. When suffering a melee attack, deals damage 50% of max hit points to the attacker after the end of battle. Three ranged enemies. Okay. So I'm going to move Luna to the south. I'm going to move, I guess, Tiaris to the south as well. And place my tank up north. And I think I want the tank to actually be Landius and not... Let's see, if Landius is south, he's actually very mobility capped, so that might not be the best thing. I'm looking for a damage dealer, that's the thing. I want to do some AoE damage to these guys. Rachel might be the best for that. No. Maybe. Liana though can actually kill off this Dark Elf General on turn 1. That could also help. In fact, I think that might be the better option, because I find the decay a little bit annoying. It's not seriously annoying, but it bothers me. So, yeah, I mean, this looks fine, I think, overall. If possible, I would like Luna to be able to 1, 2... Let's see, Liana can move 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So no, Liana won't be of much use. So maybe I'll just throw in Rachel as the last character and get started. Here we go. So with this, why don't I have Luna start everything off with action buff and Wind God Realm. So, Wind God Realm, then faction buff. Then I can have Liana do an Elemental Destruction, 3 range attack on the Dark Elf General, wiping it out. Rachel can start moving north. Landius can place himself all the way in front here, and then Tiaris can place herself here. So I want to tank as many attacks as I can. That's literally it. And why don't I also miracle up everyone? Mass attack on the Unicorn and Assassin. Assassin hits my Landius, does a chunk of damage. Unicorn hits my Landius. Since it's magic damage, it actually does almost too much damage to my Landius. That's okay. I don't die from it, so that's all that really matters. So why don't I just have Landius activate Peace of Mind, and I'm gonna follow up with a bunch of AoEs now. So, Runic Void, and then Liana tossing out Heaven's Sanction. And then at this point, all the enemies should be killing themselves. Fireball from the mage. Only takes out a bunch of cavalry before dying. Assassin takes out a bunch of cavalry before dying. Cavalry general takes out a few cavalry before dying. And then the damage skeleton master, same thing. So there we go. Next. 3 more battles to go. For this video anyways. Mobility +2, everyone's immune to mobility reduction effects. So it's this map again. Which means if I have Leon and Liana on one side, I can wipe out one side, which is going to be the left this time around because the Sky Archers. The south also has a Sky Archer and a Catapult. Okay, and then this side has a Orc Berserker and Cavalry. Just thinking. I think I'm better off with Sophia then. Rewind so that Leon can wipe out multiple characters. But I can't bring that. If I bring that, then I lose Luna or Liana. So what the heck? Let's just run this. Here we go. So Leon still going to Chivalry on turn 1 and take out the Sky Archer. Back off. Just going to... I need to make sure the second one dies. But I'm pretty certain the angels can kill the second one. But I'm not 100% sure. Let's give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, it lived. Darn it. Alright, so it's not the end of the world. I mean, all that really means is if I have Luna Wind God Realm, for example. And I place her here. Things are still okay. Because Landius would just run over. And I suppose he's going to activate Peace of Mind here instead of Faction War. The guard. And then Tiaris is going to be the last. And I'm not even going to bother miracling up because it's just not worth it here. I'm killing off a barely alive Sky Archer. So there we go. First enemy down. The remaining enemies are kind of split up. Why don't I have Luna attack here? Right? And she's gonna charge and rush this catapult. If it lives, so be it. Leon can also jump in. Now that's getting annoying. The fact that they all lived. And it's very heavily my fault. Because I didn't activate my sorry, I didn't have Tiaris, Miracle, or Attack Blessing either character. So that really heavily affected the battle results there just now. Nonetheless, just means I might lose Luna. Whatever. Yep, so Luna dies. Oh my. Alright, battle continues. So why don't I start by using the Gospel on Leon, and Talent Heal from Liana would help her recover. And then Landius. I'm not gonna have Landius attack. Doesn't really make sense to. I'm going to maybe heal up though. Liana, I guess. And then have Leon just attack one of these guys. So Landius gets roared, weakens the infantry, the Orc Berserker. Landius kills the Sky Archer. Landius will kill the Catapult. And then there's just 2 enemies left. Undead Knight, which was heavily damaged, dies. Now it's just 2 on. Sorry, 2 against 4. And nobody should die of my remaining characters. So I guess I'll start with Leon doing this. Chivalry. Melee attack on the Orc Berserker. And retreat back. Get the Act Again effect. From Liana. And kill off the last cavalry opponent. Next, SSSS Trial 3. After the end of battle, restores hit points equals to 30% of the damage dealt. This time law really favors Ledin and Landius, making these battles ridiculously easy. The only thing would be that there are 1 archer, 2 archers, 3 archers on this battlefield. So if I want to clear it a bit faster, I'd probably bring Ledin, is my thought. And then if Leon gets Chivalry, attacks, maybe kills off this Dark Elf, comes back, gets Act Again, right? Something like that. Chivalry, attack, retreat. You know, for example, Ledin can then Divine Righteous Duel one of the other archers, and then Ledin and then Leon can kill it with Act Again. And then Tiaris and whatnot. Tiaris and Liana, I suppose, help round it out once again. Where did my Tiaris go though? Right there. Okay. Mind you, Landius can be fine here too. It's just, it's literally who you feel like bringing. So why don't I start with a Righteous Duel, pulling this Sky Archer close to me. And that's probably one thing I should have done, swapped Leon and Liana's positions. Regardless, even without the swap, Dark Elf General falls. I'm gonna move him back here. Going to have Luna, Wind God Realm here, and then faction buff. That allows Tiaris to run all the way over to this town. And before that, I'm just going to Act Again Leon, so that Leon can crush the Sky Archer. And then place himself here, where he'll get the Healing Light buff from Tiaris. The Miracle Up. Ledin will kill off any melee characters that can reach him this turn, which is the Scorpion and the Lancer General, presumably. Oh, actually don't kill the Lancer General, so be it. Okay, nonetheless, I'm going to move forward here and have Ledin faction buff. Going to have Tiaris attack blessing Liana. I think that's actually seriously overkill, but what the heck, right? I don't have an attack skill, so let's just make sure it dies. Luna can attack the Lancer General, weaken it further, and then maybe provide a buff to Ledin via King's Crown. And finally Liana will just gospel up Ledin. So all three remaining enemies are melee attackers. They should all be dying to Ledin when they attack him. Or not. Lobster Behemoth lived. This one should definitely die though. Just the holy advantage against demon class is just too great. Lancer General falls. All that's left is one poor Lobster Behemoth. Actually has surprisingly high magic defense, but Tiaris finishes it off anyways. There we go. Another 50,000 gold. And now we're on the very final SSSS Trial 4, right? The SSSS final trial will be done in a separate video. So for SSSS Trial 4, the time law here is HP is reduced by 50%, but the enemy only takes fixed damage. Aha! Another one of these fixed damage only maps. So, I mean, Listel is pretty much a must in my opinion, and then you just either bring Egbert or Liffany, depending on who is better built in your party. Right. I'll bring Listel, Sophia, I guess Egbert for now, and then a tank to take hits, which can be Ledin, can be Sophia for rewind, and then probably Liana. So 5 characters like this, and as long as I tank the hits and whatnot, it should be a pretty easy clear. Alright, so if I place Listel here, she can blood dance these two. If I place Ledin there, won't help much. But yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to actually, you know what, let's start with Regis. Pull this Holy General over to me. Why don't I blood dance him? Might be a bit of a waste, but I want to get rid of this darn healer if I can right away. He's already been silenced. I'll hit him with another one. So there we go, one down. I'm going to use the act again, simply because I feel like refreshing Listel's blood dance as fast as I can is kind of important. And oh crap, I didn't bring Tiaris! Uh-oh. Only noticed now. Oh well. I don't think Ledin's gonna die. Even if he has to take multiple hits. Won't necessarily be easy, but he won't die. So I definitely made things more difficult for myself. Okay. So now it's a question of how many hits I actually want to tank. I don't want to tank this one, for sure. So maybe retreat back a little. Something like this. I'm going to save the rewind for one more turn because I have Leg Dance available to me the following turn. So waiting for that to refresh before I use rewind. I might as well just gospel up Ledin. Make him immune to all debuffs. Particularly the stun effect from these catapults. Alright, it's looking good now. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to have the spell, Blood Dance. Most of them. And then I guess I'll toss out the Acid Burn or the Silence skill on a group of them, in this case 3. Oh, I failed to kill this guy. Interesting. Alright. So I'm gonna toss out one more. But I guess this turn I'll just regenerate Ledin for now. And then heal him up a bit more. Simply because I forgot to bring Tiaris somehow. And next turn I'll rewind. Okay, Ledin's been pretty tough. Okay, so why don't I start with Acid Burn on this group here. The fixed damage. Okay. And then I'm going to have Liana act again. Ledin can just stay where he is and end turn. Egbert, well, first let's rewind. Refresh the skills. And this spell can Blood Dance yet again. Even just one. And it's just mopping him up. So, given these guys can do an extra 15% fixed damage to Hellfire Archers, I knew that with his talent plus Hellfire Archers, I would be able to finish off that last Merfolk Warrior, ending the battle. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I expected. 9 battles, but we're done those 9, and then I'm going to do the SSSS final trial in a separate video. Thanks for watching everyone. Nitro out.